Hi, this is Dr. Kevin Smith. Thank you very much for checking out this video on hidden secret number 4 of why you still have low thyroid symptoms despite your labs being normal and even if you're taking thyroid replacement hormone. In today's video, we're going to be talking about hidden secret number 4, which is elevated prolactin. Now, what is prolactin? Prolactin is a hormone that is produced by your pituitary gland in both males and females. And high levels of prolactin will actually suppress the pituitary gland's ability to produce thyroid-stimulating hormone. So what causes an elevation in prolactin? Prolactin is commonly elevated. There's a functional reason and a pathological reason. We'll talk about the functional reason first. The functional reason of why prolactin levels are elevated is due to a decrease in dopamine and or progesterone. And prolactin levels are very, very sensitive to shifts and other hormones and neurotransmitters such as dopamine, serotonin, thyroid hormones, as well as progesterone. So if there's a alteration in the level of those other neurotransmitters or hormones, it can affect your prolactin levels as well. So the thing is, prolactin is routinely screened by medical endocrinologists, and it can be picked up by a lab test. So when you see that prolactin levels may be elevated, and then you also take into consideration low thyroid symptoms plus altered TSH levels, that gets us closer to a working diagnosis of what could be driving the problem. Now, people that have, as I mentioned before a couple of videos ago, people that have low dopamine frequently exhibit ADHD type symptoms. They can't concentrate, they become easily distracted, they're very impulsive. So if you have people that exhibit signs of low dopamine, plus you have people that have signs of elevated prolactin as shown on blood work and low thyroid symptoms, there's a good clue. Now, elevated prolactin can also be, can cause a discharge from the breast in both men and women. In women, it can also cause it'll suppress the luteinizing hormone, causing the females to become infertile. And in men, it can actually, elevated prolactin can cause a decrease in testosterone, causing the males to have low libido. Now, there's also a pathological cause of elevated prolactin, and that's frequently caused by a benign tumor on the pituitary gland called a prolactinoma. And that can, many of those can be surgically removed. It's not anywhere near as common as the functional cause. Now, one of the things that I find that's interesting is a lot of medical endocrinologists, while they do routinely screen for prolactin, is that they are using a lab range for determining whether or not the hormones are within the normal range or they're not. And as we said before in previous videos, the lab normal is a very wide and forgiving range. We use a functional range and a functional model when assessing and evaluating whether or not you're in the right range or not. This more narrow range allows us to pick up a lot more problems that are frequently missed by your lab. So a lot of times you just may be going to the wrong type of doctor or using the wrong type of model. You really need a functional model, something that has very tight tolerances and very narrow ranges to determine whether or not that you have these problems. And remember, something else is that when you go to your doctor, when you go to your medical endocrinologist or your primary care physician, they'll know about the prolactin thing. They may not know about the dopamine thing and the progesterone thing, and that's simply, again, because that's not part of their training, it's not part of their how they work people up, and it's not because they're bad or evil, it's just not part of their paradigm of how they help people. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope you learned something. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please also tell a friend, and if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to send me an email. I can be reached through my website at integratedmetabolic.com, and I would really welcome any kind of input that you have, any kind of feedback, so please feel free to communicate with me. I thank you very much again for checking out this video. This is Dr. Kevin Smith.